Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby and today I have for you a book haul and also a 5-star prediction video. Although not all these books are 5-star predictions. But yeah, I have 7 books to haul for you today, and yeah, this is exciting. So yeah, let's get into that. So the first 2 books I have are from Book Depository, and the first book I have here for you today is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Reed Jenkins. I'm sure most of you have heard this book. It's a pretty hyped book. Most of these books are books that have been pretty hyped and books I've heard so much about that I'm just like, oh my god, I have to read. So this book, if you don't know, is about an unknown magazine reporter, Monique, and I think she gets asked to write an article for this Evelyn Hugo lady, and she's kind of like a Marilyn Monroe-esque celebrity, and so she goes to do this article or whatever, and then Evelyn Hugo's like, ha ha ha, but like, write my life story. And then Monique's like, wait, what? And so I guess it's like the story of Evelyn Hugo talking about her life. I don't know, that's what I think it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, I might be getting to this. I actually have no idea when I'm gonna get to this, but maybe soon. We'll see. We'll see how my mood is. We'll see. Oh, I completely forgot to mention that I wouldn't say this is a 5-star prediction because I don't know. I don't really know. Could be a 5-star depending on how good it is. I have no idea, but given how little I know, and I feel like you're supposed to go into this like not really knowing too much. So I'm excited to be surprised. Okay, so the second book I got is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. Okay, so for Asian Readathon month, I saw literally everyone and their mother reading this book. And literally everyone and their mother said, oh my god, this book is so amazing, blah, 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 blah. And so I had to get it. Like a badass fantasy story that literally everyone loves and is soul crushing. See, that's what I need in my life. That is what I need in my life. No, but if you don't know what this book is about, it is about a really poor girl who gets accepted into this elite military school. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And stuff happens. Yeah, that's all I know. Stuff happens. I don't know. I just know that chapter 21 crushes everyone's soul. I don't know why it crushes everyone's soul, but it does. So can't wait to get my soul crushed. Can't wait to get obliterated. Just good old times. Good old times. Oh, and I forgot to say it again. Okay, this is a 5-star prediction. Okay, because based on how much everyone loves this and that it's like a fantasy with like a badass female main character and just soul crushingness, I feel like this is gonna be a 5-star. It's gonna make me break down, cry, I'm gonna be sad, I'm gonna be like destroyed, and I'm gonna be like, yes, 5 stars. You've successfully obliterated my soul. Okay, so the next 2 books I got from Book Outlet before we all found out that Book Outlet sucks and doesn't like black creators. So yeah, so you'll see my first and last order from Book Outlet. So the first book I have from Book Outlet is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This is also a book I've heard so much about and people just love, and people praise Madeline Miller for the writing and that the writing is just so incredibly beautiful in this book. And so if you don't already know what it is, it's basically the Iliad, except like, oh, Achilles and Patroclus are definitely in a relationship, and it's about them and their love and all this stuff. And yeah, I mean, I already know the Iliad. I already know how it's going to end. So if this book makes me cry, then it will have succeeded. It will have succeeded. That's basically all there is to this book. Whether this is a 5-star prediction or not, I don't know, because I already know the story of the Iliad, and the only thing different is like, oh yeah, Achilles and Patroclus, they're definitely like an item, you know what I mean? So, and you know, the incredibly beautiful writing. So I guess it really just depends on, one, how good the romance is, and two, how good the writing is, because I already know the story. But yeah, I feel like it'll be at least a 4-star. All of these books are at least a 4-star read. The other book that I got was Monday's Not Coming from Tiffany D. Jackson, and I don't really know much about this book other than the basic premise, which is it's about this girl named Claudia, and one day Claudia's best friend Monday goes missing, but no one seems to care to look for her. I don't think not even her parents care, or everyone just thinks she ran away or something like that. And so Claudia's the only one that's like, wait, why are none of you looking for Monday? And so Claudia takes it upon herself to go and search for her best friend. And that's all I know about this book. So I expect this to be a tearjerker. I expect to cry, because this sounds like really sad. I think this deals with like very heavy topics. I think it gets very dark. So yeah, I don't really know much more than that, because this book actually has not been hyped too much, like at all. I heard about this book once, maybe twice. I'm expecting to be surprised by what's in this book, but also not low-key not surprised. So surprised? I don't know. Now I'm just rambling. Is this a 5-star prediction? I have absolutely no idea, because I haven't heard that many people talk about it, so I have no idea if this is a 5-star prediction, but I feel like this should be at least a 4-star. At least a 4-star. Okay, so the last 3 books that I have, I got from Bookshop. So the next book that I got is Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. And if you know, or if you've been paying attention lately, or if I have been someone who has hopped in your YouTube comments section lately, then you may have seen me talking about how much I love the poet X. Because recently I read The Poet X, I listened to the audiobook, and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I cried several times. The audiobook is absolutely amazing, so I would highly recommend. So yeah, well, I read With a Fire on High earlier this year, and I gave it 4 stars. And then I read The Poet X, gave it 5 stars. And now, Clap When You Land. This is a 5-star prediction, because a lot of people have been giving this 4 or 5 stars. I think this is like The Poet X, it's written in verse, I'm pretty sure. And so, oh my god, The Poet X, writing in verse is Elizabeth Acevedo's thing. She should just write all of her books in verse. I mean, she doesn't have to if she doesn't want to, obviously, but when I read With a Fire on High, I really liked it, but I felt like there was something missing. I didn't feel fully connected to it. And then when I read The Poet X, I was like, oh my god, it's the verse. The verse is what was missing. The verse was what made me feel like, yes, like I was fully connected to this book and this character, and you know, made me cry. And so I've just been seeing like, oh, so many people really enjoy this book, really love it. I expect this to make me cry as well. So yeah, this is a 5-star read. Do I even need to say? And also, can I point your attention to the cover? The cover is beautiful. But no, the dust jacket is not the only thing that's beautiful, okay? Because like With a Fire on High, under the dust jacket is also stunning. So if you've not looked under this dust jacket, why is this taking so long? Okay, it's coming off. And wait, turn it around. Wow, so beautiful. So, and oh. OMG, I forgot to say what this book is about, didn't I? Of course I did. I mean, most of you have probably been hearing about this a lot, but if you didn't know, basically what this book is about is these two half-sisters that do not know each other. One of them lives in the US, I forgot where, and the other one here, wait, does it say here? One of them lives in New York City, and the other one lives in the Dominican Republic, and one day their father dies in a plane crash, and so then after his death, these two half-sisters meet and they learn about each other. And so this book is about grief, and I guess these two sisters coming together to grieve for their father or something. I'm assuming that's what this book is about, but so it's like sister bonding relationship. How many times do you see that in books? Not very many. Not very many. And so I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited about this. I will probably be reading this next because you already know. So the next book that I got is The Deep by Rivers Solomon. And so this book is a small one. I think it's actually technically a novella. If you don't know what this novella, novel, book is about, basically it's I guess would you call it speculative fiction? I don't know. Speculative fiction, fantasy of basically this society of mermaid-like creatures, but they're not mermaid. They're called the Wajanru, and the Wajanru are basically the descendants of pregnant slave women who were thrown overboard off slave ships. And so it's about their children being born in the ocean and creating this whole new society underwater. And so the main character, Yetu, she is the historian for this society. And so the society of Wajanru has this tradition where they have one historian that holds all of the memories of their history and their memories and all of that stuff. And yeah, and so this was a 5-star prediction, and I say was a 5-star prediction because I've already read it. Was it a 5-star prediction? My answer? Honestly, I don't know. It's either 4 or 5-star. Maybe I should just compromise and say 4.5. I don't really know where to place it. I put 5 stars on Goodreads because I just felt like the book's average rating was like too low. I was like, no, it needs to be higher. So I just put it as a 5-star. Even knowing the premise of this book, it still surprised me. I feel like I would have to write everything down to properly express my thoughts because right now they're kind of incoherent and don't really make any sense. Hopefully I'll be reading River Solomon's other book soon. Potentially. I'm not sure. So the last book that I got, the very last book is, I'm so excited for this book, The 5th Season by N.K. Jemisin. I am so excited for this book because 1, it's a fantasy. 2, like the Poppy War, literally everyone and their mother has been reading this, has been talking about it, and everyone says how absolutely amazing this book is and how it's fantastic. And it won an award. So if that doesn't tell you something, then what does? And like I'm getting so excited by fantasy that everyone loves, because I'm like, yes, I want to fall in love with like good fantasy, I need some good fantasy series. And one of the things I have heard about this book though is that it takes a long time to understand what's going on, because you're kind of just thrown in the story and you're just like, whoa, what's happening? But I also heard that some of it, or all of it, I feel like it's some of it, I don't know if it's all of it, is told in second person, which I find very, very fascinating. I have not read many books that use second person, but recently, last year, I did read a book that used second person, and I really, really liked it. I really enjoyed the second person. However, that was very different because it was a lot, like, it was not very plot driven, it was more character driven. So I wonder how like the second person would work in a fantasy novel. And and I feel like that's probably why most people are confused the first 100 pages of this book, because it's in second person. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'll like the second person. I don't really know, but I'm really excited to see it. I'm so excited to read this book. Guys, I'm definitely going to be reading this very, very soon. Probably sometime next week I'll start reading this. So I'm so excited. Oh, and if you couldn't tell, this is a 5-star prediction. If I don't give this 5 stars, I'm blaming all of you who said that this was amazing. Okay? So I better rate this 5 stars. And so, yeah, that was the last book that I got. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.